mat karma krit mat parama mad bhaktaha sangavarditaha nirvairaha sarvabhuteshu yesa mameti pandava. Mat karma krit, engage in doing my work. Mat paramaha, concerning me, the Supreme. Mat bhaktaha, engaged in my devotional service. Sangha varjitaha, freed from the contamination of previous activities and mental speculation. So, free from the contamination of previous activities and mental speculation. Nirvairaha, without an enemy. Sarvabhuteshu, to every living entity. Yaha, one who, sa, he, mam, unto me, eti, comes, Pandava, son of Pandu. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So my dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, pure, free from the contamination of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. So please respond. My dear Arjuna, one who is engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of previous activities and from mental speculation, who is friendly to every living entity, certainly comes to me. Purport. Anyone who wants to approach the Supreme, anyone who wants to approach the Supreme of all the personality of Godhead on the Krishna Lok planet in the spiritual sky, and be intimately connected with the Supreme Personality Krishna, must take this formula as it is stated by the Supreme himself. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Try to attentive. Therefore, this verse is considered to be the essence of Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is a book directed to the conditioned soul who are engaged in the material world with the purpose of lording it over the nature and who do not know of the real and spiritual life. The Bhagavad Gita is meant to show how one can understand his spiritual existence and his eternal relationship with Supreme Spiritual Personality, and to teach one how to go back home, back to Godhead. Now here is the verse which clearly explains the process by which one can attain the success in his spiritual activity, the devotional service. As far as work is concerned, one should transfer his energy entirely to Krishna conscious activity. No work should be done by any man except relationship to Krishna. This is called Krishna karma. One may be engaged in the various activity, but one should not be attached to the result of his work. But the result should be done for him. Result should be done for him. For example, one may be engaged in business, but to transform that activity into Krishna consciousness, one has to do business for Krishna. If Krishna is the proprietary of the business, then Krishna should enjoy the profit of the business. If a businessman is in possession of thousands of dollars, if he has to offer all this to Krishna, he can do it. This is work for Krishna. Instead of constructing a big building for his sense gratification, he can construct a nice temple for Krishna. And he can install the deity of Krishna and arrange for the deity's service, as it is outlined in the authorized books of devotional service. This is all Krishna karma. One should not be attached to the result of his work, but the result should be offered to Krishna. One should also accept as a prasadam food, the remnant of offering to Krishna. If, however, one is not able to construct a temple for Krishna, one can engage himself in cleansing the temple of Krishna. That is also Krishna karma. One can cultivate a garden. Anyone who has land in India, at least any poor man, has a certain amount of land, can utilize that for Krishna by growing flower to offer it. He can sow tulsi plants because tulsi leaves are very important. And Krishna has recommended this in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna desired that one offer him either a leaf or a flower or a little water, and he is satisfied. This leaf especially refers to the tulsi. So one can sow tulsi leaves and pour water on the plant. Thus, even the poorest of men can engage in the service of Krishna. These are some of the example how one can engage in working for Krishna. The word Mat Paramaha refers to one who considers the association of Krishna in his supreme abode to be the highest perfection of life. Such a person does not wish to be elevated to the higher planet, such as the moon or sun or heavenly planet, or even the highest planet of this universe, Brahmaloko. He has no attraction for that. He is only attracted to being transferred to the spiritual sky. Even in the spiritual sky, he is not satisfied with merging into the glowing Brahmajyoti effulgence, for he wants to enter the highest spiritual planet, namely Krishna Lok, Goloko, Vrindavan. He is full of knowledge. He has full knowledge of that planet. Therefore, he is not interested in any other. As indicated by the word Madhbhaktaha, he fully engaged in devotional service, especially in the 9 process of devotional service, devotional engagement, hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering prayers, carrying out the orders of the Lord, making friends with him, and surrendering everything to him. One can engage in all 9 devotional process, or 8 or 7, or at least in one that will surely make one perfect. The term Sangha Varjitaha is very significant. One should disassociate himself from the person who are against Krishna. Not only are the atheistic person against Krishna, but also those who are attracted to fruitive activities and mental speculation. Therefore, the pure form of devotional service is described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as follows: Anya vilasita sunyam jnanam karmadi anarvitam anukulyana krishnanusilanam bhaktiruttama. So in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami clearly states that if anyone wants to execute unalloyed devotional service, he must be freed from all kind of material contamination. He must be freed from the association of persons who are addicted to fruitive activity and mental speculation. When freed from such unwanted association and from the contamination of material desire, one favorably cultivates knowledge of Krishna. That is called pure devotional service. Anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. One should think of Krishna and act for Krishna favorably, not unfavorably. Kansa was an enemy of Krishna's. From the very beginning of Krishna's birth, he planned in so many ways to kill him. And because he was always unsuccessful, he was always thinking of Krishna. Thus, while working, while eating, while sleeping, he was always Krishna consciousness in every respect. But that Krishna consciousness was not favorable. And therefore, in spite of his always thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day, he was considered a demon. Krishna at last killed him. Of course, anyone who is killed by Krishna attains salvation immediately. But that is not the aim of pure devotee. Pure devotee does not even want salvation. He does not want to be transferred even to the highest planet, Goloka Vrindavan. His only objective is to serve Krishna wherever he may be. A devotee of Krishna is friendly to everyone. Therefore, it is said here that he has no enemy. How is this? A devotee situated in Krishna consciousness knows that only devotional service to the Krishna can relieve a person from all the problems of life. He has a personal experience of this. Therefore, he wants to introduce this system, Krishna consciousness, into human society. There are many examples in the history of devotees of the Lord risking their lives for the spreading of God consciousness. The favorite example is Lord Jesus Christ. He was crucified by the non-devotee, but he sacrificed his life for spreading God consciousness. Of course, it would be superficial to understand that he was killed. Similarly, in India also, there are many examples such as Thakur Haridas. Why such risk? Because they wanted to spread Krishna consciousness. And it is difficult. A Krishna consciousness person knows that if a man is suffering, it is due to his forgetfulness of his eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, the highest benefit one can render human society is relieving one's neighbor from all material problems. In such a way, pure devotees engage in the service of the Lord. Now we can imagine how merciful Krishna is to those engaged in his service, risking everything for him. Therefore, it is certain that such person must reach the supreme planet after leaving the body. In summary, the universal form of the Krishna, which is temporary manifestation, and the form of time which devotes everything, and even the form of Vishnu 400 have all been exhibited by Krishna. Thus, Krishna is the origin of all these manifestations. It is not that Krishna is a manifestation of original Vishwarup or Vishnu. Krishna is the origin of all forms. There are hundreds and thousands of Vishnus, but for a devotee, no form of Krishna is important but the original form, two-handed Samsundar. In Brahma Samhita, it is stated that those who are attached to the Samsundar form of Krishna in love and devotion can see him always within the heart and cannot see anything else. One should understand, therefore, that purport of this 11th chapter is that the form of Krishna is essential and supreme. The end of the Bhakti Vedanta purport of 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of universal form. So this verse is very essence, because Krishna is giving a formula, how the 5-step formula, that how to go back to him. So first thing he has said, because we are suffering, what is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? To become a scholar? To become a diploma in Bhagavad Gita? No. Bhagavad Gita purpose is, Krishna is speaking to deliver the mankind from this material existence. Our existence in a very non-existential atmosphere. This existential disharmony, dissension, discordant. So howsoever sophisticated environment, gorgeous arrangement we can create in this material existence, material life, we cannot surpass the obnoxious birth, death, disease, old age. By our economic development, by our political maneuvering, by our advancement of technology, we cannot surpass. The phone we are using, Apple phone, it was actually, the Apple company was actually, started and developed by this Steve Jobs. And at the age of 54, he was pancreatic cancer. He was hospitalized. And he employed all his money, all his resources, no stone unturned. All his resources at his disposal to cure. But he could not. Then he realized that I'm a $1 trillion owner, I'm a success role model, but I cannot save my life. I cannot extend one moment of time at the cost of my $1 trillion. And he realized that he should have invested more time on spirituality than investing time to make my company number one. Because our existence, fundamental understanding of spirituality, that our very existence in a very non-existential atmosphere. The material things that will solve our problem, but spiritual thing will solve what is the life itself, not the problem of the life. The life itself is problem, because we are existing in a non-existential atmosphere. That is the very core philosophy, the quintessential philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Arjuna, you do not stay here, you come back. Because this material existence, because of this non-existential atmosphere, our existence is threatened at every time. Padam padam yad vipadam. Any time we can be lost. And somebody may say that, so that is not sure, guaranteed. Okay, after 100 years. You cannot maintain the status quo. Maybe you are Bill Gates, you are Mr. Modi, or the Donald Trump, Elon Musk, but you cannot maintain your status quo. Your designation is the expiry date. Your existence is expiry date. Bhuta bhuta pralyate. Krishna knows that, but we do not know. We are illusion. We are thinking that I am living permanently. My house is permanent. I am, what is that? Identity card. It's not an identity card. It is our identity crisis. That first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is actually addressing identity crisis. Arjuna was under the identity crisis, thinking that he is my kith, he is my kins, he is my relative. I shall not fight Govinda. He is refusing his duty. He is refusing his dharma. He is refusing to obey Krishna consciousness. Krishna. Why? Because identity. Everybody thinking that I am black, I am white, I am Indian, I am this, I am that, I am designated now. As long as we are designated, we are in a bodily conception of life. As long as we are bodily conception of life, it will take us to rotation of obnoxious cycle of birth and death. Obnoxious cycle of birth and death. Whatever the karma you do a pious karma, you are distribute, some like Ambani, Adnani, not Ambani, Adnani particularly, he was doing so much. Bill Gates also. But even after you do the pious and impious activity, it has got the reaction. Therefore, Krishna says that 5 steps, mat karma krit, you work for me. That is the first step. Because you want to get us out from this, reactory things, reaction, our reactory activities. Any activity is just called reaction. There is a Newtonian law, third law of action and reaction. Every action has equal and opposite reaction. So whatever we do, we get it back. That is also stated in this beautiful verses. He says that whatever the action we do, our Prahlad Maharaj say in these beautiful verses, that whatever the action we do, we get the reaction in the next part. In this verses, he is explaining that that this karma, whatever the activities we do, that is a problematic, because he say in this verse, my dear friend or son of the asura, living entity receives the different type of bodies according to his previous fruitive activity. Why one is not become a son of Shahrukh Khan or Bill Gates or Ambani? What is his son name? Anand Ambani something. Very rich, spoon feeding. Born rich. Why? See, Prabhupada says that your previous activities already destined your, already determined your what you say, bhagya, fortune. If I am born in particular thing, particular body, instead of snake, I am human body. That means I have done something pious. And human body also categorized. I am in a very opulent. I am not. I am a poor. Why the poor? Because your previous activities is not good. So here it is said that according to our previous activities, we have already got the body. That means we are destined whether I am to be happy or not. Despite your so-called endeavor for 24/7, you cannot get a one extra money. Even after you get it, Prabhupada, you will lose it. You will lose it. And there was a challenge between Lord Shiva and Lord Parvati. Lord Shiva said that one is destined to get, he will not get 1 cent. Then two beggars are begging, two salesmen are selling what is that called, watermelon. So Parvati challenged Lord Shiva. And he said that, you see, one is, Lord Shiva said, first one is not destined, second one is destined to become rich. Then Parvati said that he make a magic and keep in the tarboos all the ornaments to the first one who is not destined to be. Then what happened? That person, one person came and he gave this tarboos to others. He told, what is this, in the exchange of some money. So here, then Parvati was stunned. Then Lord Shiva said that if one is destined, one cannot get. Even after he gets, he will lose it. Our so-called fortune, either I am going to be rich or poor, it is already destined by our fruitive activities. Now we are trying, as long as we are trying so much, just like Bill Gates or Ambani, they are already destined to be rich due to fruitive activities. Don't you think that any other people, they are not working hard like Ambani, they are not intelligent like Ambani? Why only Ambani? A rickshaw puller in Calcutta, he is working for 12 hours to have a square meal for his livelihood. But only 12 seconds, the Ambani getting millions of dollars, sitting down simply. Why is the discrepancy, karma? Therefore, here Prahlad Maharaj saying that we get different type of body according to the previous activity. Thus, his sins suffer with reference to his particular body in all conditions of life, beginning with his infusion into the womb. Please tell me, therefore, after full consideration, what is the living entity actual interest in fruitive activity, which result hardship and misery? So here it is saying that infusion, that means in the womb of the mother, which body you will be taking, who will be your father, you are not deciding, you are not determining. You are not determining who is your father. That is the difference. That Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ki. So according to our karma, we are already have been conditioned, have been put in either a favorable and unfavorable condition. But nonetheless, either I am a Bill Gates son or I am a poor man's son, but my so-called existence cannot be guaranteed. Try to understand this point. Supposing you say that, no, I am born in a very high family. Still, your material existence cannot be guaranteed, because whole things, bhuta, Krishna say, this material world is ephemeral. Ephemeral means temporary, transient by nature. Dukkhalayam asasthatam means temporary. So, even after you are born in a rich family, how long you will be? Supposing I am Sachin Tendulkar, now Virat Kohli, supposing very celebrated personality. So even after you are celebrated, but your thing is not guaranteed. Your success is also subject to the temporary. That is also explained in Bhagavad Gita in this verse. No. There's a verse is there, forget. He says that even after somebody gets success, still he is under the control of the thing. That verse. 7:11. I forget that verse. That very nice verse. He says that even after one is successful, he is subject to the also birth, death, disease, old age. So therefore, so-called activities has no value. Therefore, Krishna say Bhagavad Gita, these activities are very difficult. You should know the karma, and very, very difficult. Krishna say that the intricacy of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know properly what action, what forbidden action is, what inaction is. So try to understand that. Every activity, whatever you do, either good or bad, that will not help your problem. Still you are in a material existence. You cannot get out. You cannot get out. Even after you are Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, still you are subject to die. He is expired in 54 years. So therefore, Krishna say in this verse, today's verse, that first point is that you should work in such a that will not be affected your thing. So Krishna say, mat karma krit, engage in doing my work. How to do engage in your work, Krishna work? I am working as an engineer, I am working as a doctor. How can I, Krishna saying, you work for me. If you do not work for me, it will bind, it has reaction, either good or bad. You will still have to suffer, either good or bad. Either you go to a good work also, or you have to take birth again. Supposing I given some charity to somebody, again I have to take birth to get it back from him. That means again I have to die, again I have to birth. The cycle will go on, either pass. Therefore, Krishna says, mat karma krit. We have to do work. How we can work? Supposing I am working an engineer. Arjuna is working. Arjuna, what is the occupation of Arjuna here? Arjuna occupation is military man. He is a military man. He never give up. Many people say Bhagavad Gita means you give up, go to Himalaya and become full-timer. Arjuna is a pure devotee also. But he did not change his position. He changed his disposition. He changed his consciousness. He was a military man. He remained a military man. But his work now is dedicated for Krishna. Whole Bhagavad Gita is evolved in that position where Arjuna declined to fight. He told, no, I do not want to fight. Krishna said, no, fighting is my desire. It is for me because I have come to Dharma Sansthapanartha. I have come to establish Dharma, and all opponent side are adharma. They are impediment to establishing Dharma. Yada yada dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Dharma Sansthapanartha. Krishna mission is Dharma Sansthapanartha. Duryodhana and company, they are blockers. They are blockers. We say in IT, blockers. They are impediments, stumbling blocks. Therefore, this is my desire, my mission, Arjuna. The fighting is my mission. Therefore, you should fight not for yourself. Because Arjuna was thinking, my relative, this is not palatable for me. Oh, my relative, how can I kill? So he declined to fight. But Krishna said, this is not yours, this is for me, my mission. So and Arjuna understood that. That is Krishna consciousness. He understood what he understood. That now I should work for Krishna. That is the perfection of your work. Otherwise, your work will bind you. The moment Arjuna says that Karishya Vachanadava, I shall fight for you, then Krishna says you are past. No more talking. Bhagavad Gita ends there. Bhagavad Gita ends in 1873. Krishna never spoke one word after that. He understood that Arjuna, my disciple, has passed because he understood Bhagavad Gita. Try to understand Bhagavad Gita in a broader perspective, not randomly one thing, no. Overall things like how the Bhagavad Gita evolved. What is the quintessential message? Yes to Krishna. We come to the Lord to make the Lord to agree yes to my plan. No, our whole spirituality, whole God consciousness means say yes to Krishna plan. Not to say, my Lord, please make approve my plan. Your plan is not the important. Your plan is not going to help you. Krishna's plan is going to help you. Therefore, Arjuna say, Krishna say that you do as I say. Sarva dharman parityada mam ekam saranam. This is my plan. As long as you have your plan, separate plan than Krishna, then it is not working. Therefore, very fast thing, Krishna say, mat karma kid, you work for me. You are an engineer, you work for me. He is working, military man, he is working for Krishna and making it, even though he is killing, he is becoming a perfect devotee, he is getting award. Just like a soldier is killing and he is getting some, what is it, Paramveer Chakra, this Veer Chakra, that Veer Chakra. But that soldier, if he is killing his neighbor, he will be hanged. Somebody may question, sir, I kill 100 people, you are giving me award. But I kill 1 people, you are hanging me. What is this? Why this? Because you are doing for your own personal things. But when you are doing under the authority, that is awarding, rewarding. So Arjuna becomes so rewarded, the great devotee of the Lord. And his name is eternalized by Partha Sarathi. His name is so much integrated with the Lord, Partha Sarathi. So therefore, mat karma kriyat, whatever you do, whatever work has to be dovetail, connect with the Lord. You are working as a doctor, engineer, whatever thing, you are getting some fruits, that fruits can be offered to Krishna. Either your flower, fruits, Krishna say nothing much. He is not poor. Lakshmipati. Sometimes when you ask money, somebody say, why Krishna? Hey, Krishna is rich. He is Lakshmipati. Thousands of Lakshmi serving him. Satasahasa, what is that? Satasahasa Lakshmi Sambramam. So, but why he giving us opportunity so that he can engage in service? We can engage in service. Sudama came with a little broken rice. Lord reciprocated, given him so much enormous rich. Enormous rich. Lord is not poor, he is giving us opportunity. This is our benefit. He is not looking for our $1 or 1 little fruit. He is self-sufficient. Atmaram, he is self-sufficient. He doesn't need anything. But it's a transaction of love. We want to see how much you love. Just like a child is bringing some chocolate to his father. Father is not sufficient, but father is appreciating. This Prabhupada example. Why? Because it's a transaction of love. Krishna wants that love. Do you think that Krishna has no milk? That he is stealing butter and become celebrated as Makanchor? Krishna is lying on the ocean of milk. What is that verse? Very nice in Brahma Samhita or somewhere it is say that the Khira Sagara Taranga, Khira Sagara. He is lying on the Khira Sagara, milk of ocean. He left Khira Sagara to steal your butter. No, he is giving us the opportunity, stealing your heart, stealing all your accumulated sin. That is his thing. Braje Prasiddham Navanita Choram. He is very brother. Why for? To, what is that next line? Gopanganan. No, Aneka Arjita Choram, Aneka Arjita Papa Choram, Thoragra is foremost thief. Purusam comes. He is the foremost thief. He is stealing our accumulated. How merciful Lord is. Anybody who approaches, even in pretension, Putana came as a pretentiously like gopis. Lord has given, you are my mother. Lord, take the positive side, good side. However, we will take negative side. Positive side we overlook. But Lord, take the positive. He ignore that. How you come, what is your intention, that doesn't matter. You have come to me. Although pretentiously, you have approached me. I will give you the position of mother. Mother. Aho Bakiyam Stanakar Kutam. The Sukadev Goswami was overwhelming. He is saying, who can be so merciful than Krishna? Who is coming to kill him? He is giving the mother status. Kambadalyum Saranam Brade. Kambadal, who can be so merciful? Therefore, Lord is very merciful. Anybody who comes for any purpose, even though malafide intention externally, but you approach Krishna, you will never go back. He will get all the things. So here, because of no time, we will come to the point. Mat karma krit, you work for Krishna. Arjuna also working for Krishna. So anybody can work for Krishna. You can give the fruit. Yat karosi, yat dasanasi, yat josi dadasi, yat tapasyasi, tat purusa madapna. That is called karma yoga. Karma means fruitive activities. That is his reaction. You are an engineer, you are working, you are getting 10K, you are engaging in your service. New phone, iPhone 17, 18, this, that, all the things. This is all entangled. But if you that money, you some at least engage in the service of Krishna, offering flower, tulsi, preaching work, whatever the work, that will be freeing from your reaction. Therefore, Krishna says, mat karma krit. Bhagavad Gita also in another place, Krishna telling Jagyartha karmana anyatha lokoyam karma bandhana. Krishna says Jagyarthat karmana anyatha lokoyam karma. Tadartha karma konteya mukta sangha samachar. Work done as a sacrifice for Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in this material world. Bondage, either good or bad, it doesn't matter. It is a bondage. Good work also bondage. Therefore, O son of Kunti, perform your prescribed duty for his satisfaction. In that way, you will always remain free from bondage. You want to free from bondage, you connect. Karma yoga means what? What is the meaning of yoga? Reducing, fat reducing exercise. Tricep, bicep. No. Yoga means connection, connecting. So whole Bhagavad Gita is a yoga system. Every chapter is a yoga. Visada Yoga, chapter 1. So 11th chapter, universal form, Vibhuti Yoga. So all this is, all this yoga means connecting. At this present moment, conditioning state, we are disconnecting from the Lord. We are torn away from the Lord. We do not want Krishna, we want Khan. We do not want Lord of Nandagram, we want Instagram. We want Krishna, we don't want Krishna book, we want Facebook. So we have diverted from Krishna. And Lord is very merciful. That is only purpose to reclaim our conditioned soul, divert our attention. You are so much about Batman, X-Men. I am now showing that I am the Superman because I am lifting Govardhan for 7 days. Show me that who can be who can do such a miraculous activities, wonderful activities. Adbhuta karmana. Harer adbhuta karmana. Krishna karma is adbhuta karma. To attract us towards him. A whole plan of this Janmashtami, Ratha Yatra, all his activities to attract us. Krishna, that is very nicely says by Brahmaji. Brahma say that in this verse, Anugrahaya bhaktana manusim dehastito bhajate tadriskida yes sutta tatparo. Why Krishna is coming? His purpose is that Brahmaji is speaking. When Lord assume a human-like body to show mercy to his devotees, to show mercy. And he engaged in such a pastime as will attract those who hear about them to become dedicated. Just like you see some wonderful activities, we are attracted. Somebody is rich, we are attracted. Somebody is famous, we are attracted. Somebody is, strong, we are attracted. So Krishna is coming and is exhibiting his pastime. Aishwarasya samagrasa, Veerasya, Jasasya, Sriya. I am everything in incomplete. I am most celebrated personality. Why is displaying? Do you think he's showing up, parading, flaunting his thing? No. He has nothing to do with this material existence. He doesn't care. These people are conditioned. We are turned away from the Lord. We are rebellious people. We are the criminals. Government has nothing to do with criminals. But government out of mercy send representative. Sometimes the government comes, the minister or the president comes to release us. Similarly, Krishna comes and send his representative and make a plan to release us from this bond, release us from this noxious prison house, excruciatingly painful prison house. That is why he is coming, showing his mercy. So therefore, mat karma krit, the first thing is Krishna telling, you work for me. Whatever you do, you connect. Yoga means connect, either your karma, either jnana. Sometimes you are frustrated with working. What is this? And because I want to become knowledge, get out from this. From knowledge also you connect. Bhunamanam janmanmate jnanavan mam prapandyante. After so many research work, you come to point that Krishna is the original source. That is called intelligence. That is called real jnana yoga. Jnana with your philosophy, your so-called knowledge, you connect with God. Yoga means connect. When it is predominantly connect through the meditation, that is called dhyana yoga. When it is predominantly connect through the bhakti, that is called bhakti yoga. So here Krishna is saying, mat karma krit, you work for me. Arjuna is working for him, military man. Then his work is spiritualized. That is spiritualization. That you can spiritualize. You should know the technique of how to. Any work you do for Krishna. Supposing I am going to this supermarket, because I see very nice custard apple, or we see very nice mangoes, because mango season, Alfonso, or we can see Baigan Palai from South Andhra. So you see Ratnagiri Alfonso mango is very famous. Oh, let me take this for Krishna. Anything best thing, that is Krishna consciousness. Dovetailing, connecting. So this is the point. I have no time, otherwise more elaborate. We will see 6:30. So just I will go through the each point has so many verses to show to establish it. It's not like that we are speculating. This is Shastra. Mat Param. Mat Parama means what? Making Krishna the highest. Highest abode is Krishna Lok, not Brahma Lok. Krishna says, A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartina Arjuna. If you go to the Brahma Lok also, you have to return back. So therefore, we have to make that I want to go back to Golok. I do not want to go back to anywhere. Of course, pure devotee do not want. Anywhere they will serve Krishna. That is their thing. Because anywhere they want to serve Krishna. They do not want anything. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has, when you come to Krishna, you should pray. Now, what prayer I should do? What prayer you are doing? You should learn from the Acharya. Prabhupada says that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given us 2 verses. Whenever you come to the Krishna, always remember these 2 verses. Nadhanam najanam sundarim kavitam jagadisya kamay mama janmani janmani sare bhavatat bhakti rohiti. I do not want any all kind of this opulence, dhanna, a wealth, beautiful wife and followers. I want only your devotional service. Even not liberation. At least Krishna is telling Mat Parama, you come to me, my abode, that is the highest. Do not go to Brahma Loka, this Loka, that Loka. You make the goal your highest point. But pure devotee also reject that one. Because wherever Krishna, that is Golok Vrindavan. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, wherever my mind is always Vrindavan, because I am always thinking of Krishna. Krishna also say, Tatra Tishtami Narada Jatra Ganti Madhavakta. I am there wherever my devotees are discussing about me. This is also Krishna Katha. So that is Matta Parama. So devotees do not want. And second verse is, you should pray, Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Pratitama Visame Bhabam Badu Kurpai Tava Patapankada Stita Dhuri Sadistram Vichinta. So somehow and other I am fallen due to my weakness, due to my so many things. But please pick me up. Make me your lotus feet. Always pray this thing. You never come with some desire. Krishna will fulfill everything. But to speak about this thing, everything will fulfill. But you should not ask, we should not. We should always say, I do not want, I want your service. So then Madhavakta become my devotee. How to become devotee? Simply engage in Navada Bhakti, Sarvanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Paranam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Atmanivedanam, all the things, the 5. Particularly hearing and chanting. 2 things. 2 things and little worship. That's all. Hearing and chanting very important. You are not hearing, you cannot chant. Because hearing will give you the transcendental knowledge. And that knowledge make you more austere. Supposing I know when I cross the traffic light, when it is flashing red, I will be in danger. If you do not know the knowledge, then you will not really alert. Sometimes in the red flash also you may go, because you do not know the consequence, the grave and gargantuan consequence. When I cross and red flash, I may die also. If you know that, then you will be alert. Therefore, the transcendental knowledge is very important, and that comes through hearing. Then all austerity comes. You do not know the value of spiritual. Just like children, he do not know what is the value of $100. If you give, I will keep 1 lollipop and $100. Our children, they will say lollipop. But they do not know the $100, they can get 200 lollipop. Lollipop is 50 cents. So 200 lollipop. They do not know the value. So we do not know the value of spiritual. We do not know the value of hearing. We do not value of spiritual, going back to Godhead. Therefore, we are not serious. Therefore, knowledge is important. So Madhavakta means, and bhakti also has to be on the platform of knowledge. It should not be sentimental. There is a beautiful verses is there. Devotee is, Kapil Dev is speaking to devotee in this verse, I think this one. So here you can see that bhakti has to be, the devotional service has to be performed strongly in perfect knowledge. Strongly in perfect knowledge with transcendental vision. One must be strongly renounced, must engage in austerity, perform. See, this is very important. It has to be strongly in knowledge. Narada Muni become Narada. You know, he's an ordinary maid servant son. How become knowledge? He says that first thing I learned is, what is that word? First thing I learned is knowledge. Knowledge is important. First thing I learned. I think this verse is 1539. Let's see. Yes. See, this is the statement. Oh Brahmana, thus by Supreme Lord Krishna I was endowed first with the transcendental knowledge of the Lord. Knowledge is important. Without knowledge, sentimental, we cannot sustain our yeti. We cannot sustain Krishna consciousness. It is just a mediocre apprenticeship. I know what is called training. We will be training throughout our life. But you want knowledge, we can cross. We may advance more and more, more and more. We can have knowledge, renunciation, attachment will come out. I mean, slacken like this. So this is our bhakti. So you should do the bhakti. Bhakti is very, very important. Without bhakti, Krishna do not, he spoke to Gopi. This very nice verse. My bhakti ribhutanam amrita kalpate. See, Gopi, he is speaking to what? Gopi, they are exalted devotee of the Lord, very dearmost to Krishna. He says that rendering devotional service to me qualifies any living entity for eternal life. And by your good fortune, you have already developed the special loving attitude towards me, by which you have obtained me. The only way to obtain devotional service, nothing else. Therefore, mother, first thing is work for Krishna, make the goal, is Krishna is the goal, and you become devotee of Krishna by rendering service. Hearing and chanting is the first and foremost thing. Hear and chant. Without hearing, your chanting cannot be done. Mechanical, faster. If you hear, then you know the value of chanting. So hearing is important. You get knowledge and chanting will be more. All service will be good by hearing. First thing, Sarvana Dasa, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. NY8, so much words is there. Time is not there. Anyway, I will 3 points. Then another 2 points, I will finish it. What is the next 2 points? Krishna say, Nirvaira Sarvabhutana. So what is that? Nirvaira Sarvabhuteshu. Nirvaira means what? What is Nirvaira? Without enemy. Without enemy means devotee has no enemy. Ajata Sakti. Devotee has no enemy, like Yudhishthira Maharaj. But he has his own no enemy. But other people make my enemy, doesn't matter. But he is not. He always see everything is friendly. So he is, therefore he do not take enemy. Because he knows that everybody is part and parcel of the Lord. Somehow, due to forgetfulness of Krishna, everybody is suffering. So he doesn't distinguish. So therefore he has no enemy. He see everything in a sama sarva bhutesu. Everybody in the same level. So therefore, this is the quality one can easily get it when you are doing bhakti, nirvaira. He will not enemy. He knows that if supposing you have got, father has got 100 sons, and one is 5 sons, one is what is called that disabled, another is capable. So if father is being asked, kill this person, is useless, father will never agree. Therefore, devotees are always no enemy. He is always merciful to everyone. So this last point is that, last point Krishna say that Sangha Bardhita, freed from contamination. Sangha Bardhita means bad association. Judge Bernardo say, we are judged by our company. You can see your character simply by take out your 5 best friend, WhatsApp, average of this you are. This is modern psychology, they say. So association is very important. Judge Bernardo say that you are judged by your company. Association makes a lot of difference. Nobody is bad or good by association. You associate with a drunkard, you develop all the things. You develop how to learn drunkard, what are the brand, etc. Just like a iron. When iron is associated with fire, it develops the fire quality. After some time you touch, it becomes burn you. So therefore association is important. Devotee association is quintessential. So many verses on this. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra kahe. Lava matra Sadhu Sangha. Simply coming, sitting down, just hearing, you will get everything. Krishna say also. Lava matra, little Sadhu Sangha is association with saintly person. You will get so much perfection, full perfection. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All Shastra very vociferously proclaiming this statement, proposition, backing up, corroborating the statement, proposition that Sadhu Sangha is very important. So these 5 things we always remember. First, work for Krishna. Work for Krishna means whatever you work, but your fruits can be done. Or at the same time, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 8:7, that sarvesu kalesu mamanusmana juddyacha. Arjuna, you fight. At the same time, you remember how to do that. Very difficult. But you practice. You work, you chant, you follow the regulative principle. Prabhupada used to give an example, like in India, if you go to Rajasthan, they used to hold with child and also water container. How they balance it. So similarly, we can balance it. So you do, at the same time, you remember me. By chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, hearing it. In this way, you can easily do. Matkarma Kriya. Second one is Mat parama, your goal should be set. Our goal not set means, oh, I want to become a this one, this one. No, your goal should not be material. Even to Brahma also, even to merge with Krishna, that also not pure form of devotional service. Anna purport, not to merge with things, to become a mystic yogi. No, our simply wish, simply goal to become a goal is Krishna. Krishna is our goal, not anybody else. No, all the other form of Vishnu. Simply Krishna. Krishna says, Manmana Bhava, Ekam, Mam Ekam, only unto me. And third one is Mat Karma ke third and fourth one is what is that? Mat Karma, Madhya Bhakta. You become devotees and you see every living entity is same and associate with, always associate with. In this way you become Krishna conscious. Thank you very much. We have time up, 5 minutes we are overstood. So please, to remember this verse, go and read again purport, the essence of Bhagavad Gita. Mantra sun Bhagavad Gita ki jai. We will have Arati followed by Prasadam. So this Arati we will do the Kirtan Arati.